And we are live. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. This is Dr. Anthony Byard Cashman, and we are also Marshcraft, by the way. If you haven't noticed that, go check out Marshcraft. I'll type that on the chat real quick. But before that, I want to say that yes, I'm on Nofap Steam Nutrition Day 0 again. I took a few pretty bad hits and blows from the last nearly 8 to 10 day semen retention streak. People say that the lower days of the streaks aren't the bigger part of the deal. Like, you're not really struggling until you're like on day 30 or day 120 or whatever. But even without counting the days or making the days count, whatever. But sometimes as skimming that is. But I struggle a lot because I actually have high functional autism and porn addiction, so it's a pretty bad gambit. I promoted this stream on Twitter and on Discord, so it's gonna be a little bit of a haphazard there if anyone comes back from there. But that's a good thing, though. That's good for me. But now I'll upload this to the Dr. ABC channel if I can. This is going to count as variety content as well, but I'm going to make sure that I'm going with this because I know that I've already said this before I even did it, that Nofap is going to do the exception to the rule when I upload variety content on the Dr. ABC channel, and without custom thumbnails or whatever I call that. But the other thing we're going to do the stream, other than talking about Claymation, Nofap, was we were going to actually go through this book and do a little bit of comprehension learning, whatever the heck, and have fun with my insight and make sure that works for me. But the stream should last about maybe 30 minutes to 2 hours. It's kind of like the gambit of what people do with gaming streams sometimes, gaming hangouts. But it could be longer than 2 hours, it could be shorter than 30 minutes. It depends. But, I'm not going to screen anyone over too early or too late. But, and that's just me. Any of my familiars, family, friends, strangers alike, anyone, coworkers, anyone who comes here that I happen to know about, feel free to chat me up and hit me on my socials. My socials are on my descriptions on most of my stuff and about pages, I guess. You'll find it over time eventually. My Discord tag, my Twitter tag, my Instagram, Reddit, YouTube channels. I mentioned I actually have no tag. I'm going to use no tag for memes, but or other cool videos, or as a backup. I have Marshcraft for variety content in general, and I have Dr. ABC for supposedly fine niches, soft skills, philosophy, storytelling or life story, claymation, and vlogging. So that's I said the last two as if they were the worst. No, I can still vlog and still claymation. Also, power ups dev to an extent, Olympic sprinter, salesman to an extent for whatever company I was doing it for. That I wasn't supposed to talk about too much, but I did it in multiple videos, so whatever. And then so a salesman, power ups dev to an extent for Microsoft. So much owing. Writer, philosopher, cartoonist, claymation animator. So it's almost been 3 minutes, and I know I'm the only one here. It's okay. I'm really chilling out for myself, so I don't have to get about that. So yeah, like I said, I relapsed a few times. It was pretty bad. I'm not gonna cap it. It's like I actually I got to a point. So like as I'm telling you guys, I got to like let me drink this real quick. Hold on. So as I'm telling you, I got to almost day 9 of straight up semen retention, and shortly after, it slowly coming down. So it was like an orgasm, as I said in the last video. It was an relapse dry orgasm, and it was a peak for half a minute on X on Twitter, because I slowly did it on purpose on my own, but like it was half a minute peaking, and then hold on. It was half a minute peaking on Twitter. Someone on purpose, pretty much hold accountability for that as well, responsible, whatever. Maybe sorry, also for that, but then nonetheless, half a minute peaking, and then what I consider to be a more legitimate MO relapse. I actually did that straight up from having other urges, and then literally looking at nude yoga on YouTube again. Oh my god! And I avoid that urge. I averted that urge pretty well by getting distracted on accident. So I was not even really trying to avoid it at that point. Well, without even probably present the urge either then. And then finally I did like a PO relapse by looking at pornographic material without masturbating but orgasming from dry humping. So that was a pretty interesting thing. And then I finally did a PMO relapse to hentai. And it was it went downhill from there. So it was like 2 to 5 different relapses within the same 24-hour period. It was pretty bad. 24 to 48-hour period. It as you guys already noticed, that we can't show them from Nofap Steam Nutrition. They talk about even the good or bad sides, or whatever, darker light side Nofap Steam Nutrition. They talk about they're very considerate about other people. They're not just kind of compassionate. They actually sensible in their intelligence too. They actually know what they're talking about, and it's just they don't have to always do that. Apparently, I have a big gambit philosophical gambit of clarity, but how that works. But just how that works. But I still look really good for someone who's a porn addict. It's actually insane. I don't know how I do this. It's just whoever's gonna watch this upload afterwards, you're gonna notice like I'm not glowing, but I'm still glowing. I've always had a lot of self-compassion, self-forgiveness, maybe not self-respect, but not or boundaries rather. But I've always had a lot of self-compassion, self-forgiveness, and I never, after hearing over and over from people reinforming and reintroducing the idea that I'm handsome and young and healthy and tall and strong and smart and all that. You hear that enough times over a while, and even then you have haters who are calling you a rapist or a freaking waste of oxygen or whatever, and it can overturn those. For me, the attitude is everything, because I get like 50% of like good and bad from my life. So it's like the 50% people who are telling me that I'm insightful and they're fascinating and I will make a name for myself, and the other 50% who are saying that I'm incomprehensible or wasted their time or will end up in prison someday or whatever, but it's a 50-50. It's literally like I don't mean to say any of those good or bad things as I don't talk. I mean, I don't mean to self-detriment or self arrogance or whatever the heck that is, but to no cap, yeah, I just I don't have to add anything in the chat box. I don't think if I add anything in the live stream, it'll actually show up anyone else in the whole thing, not even after upload. But I think that only the chat only shows up really if there's a lot of people talking at once. But yeah, not that I couldn't talk too much to run out of breath or have no one bother me with the stream or running out of internet, whatever other issues come about. But here's the thing with Claymation. I'm still gonna make Claymations. I'm going to go with the ideas I had in the meantime and some of the plans I had and some of the things I was saying with other people. I'm not gonna screw them over. I'm just gonna keep going with what I'm doing with Nofap. So with Claymation, it's not dead. The title is kind of clickbait. I'm sorry, but it's kind of clickbait. It's like goodbye Claymation, hello Nofap. Hold on, I need a fart. Yeah, I don't want you to hear that, even if you already know I'm gonna do it. But better to not know I'm doing it than doing it than knowing that I'm doing it for you, whatever. But I'm still doing Claymations, especially for Project Tyler, particularly for the things I care about, like 100 frames and maybe the short film contest from Emery Guild. So John Haas does the 100 frames, but the 100 frames is next month, so I'm gonna be ready for that. Be cool, be really cool. Do that. With my friend Jet VA, Jetty Betty. Yeah, I did not shave today or brush as much. I'm still showering, bathing. So, the thing with personal hygiene is that if you're not, I'm not because obviously, especially because I relapsed, but it's just but I still show a lot of energy anyways and confidence. But confidence and energy, imagine having those things. Something makes me want to do this on my mic. I'm sorry. I know this is gonna be like annoying, but I just look at my broadcaster ways. Testing. Okay, it's about that way. And I still want to be professional. I still have a more legitimate career in finance, life, or whatever you call that. But or even college, but it's just I'm not that freak. It just doesn't have to come like that. There's a lot of tragedy in my life story already, even without me saying it. But I want to put one of these large candies in my mouth, but before I do that, I would not talk as much. So, Nofap, I'm slowly doing what I claimed I would do. Not even to hold accountability for that, but I'm slowly doing what I said I would do, which is to make my life awesome before I cover from anything, including PMO. And that was true for my life. I was already making life awesome with or without recovery from Nofap towards the direction of Nofap and zero attention. I was slowly getting to that direction. And I was slowly making things awesome, positive, and grateful, even when things were still sucking really, really bad. Like, I'm talking about if you're the kind of person like me who has communication issues and still knows what they're doing, you're going to go through quite a bit of hell there. It's insane. It's like other people in my life are going through pretty bad things. I have some people in my life that are suffering other addictions. I have some other people in my life that are suffering other injuries and suffering other life problems and crises and the pandemic and all that. But me, I have a flip side of that tragedy. Instead of going through having to do a 9 to 5 every day, or go to college, or have the coronavirus in my system, or have other responsibilities. I'm complaining about my emotional and spiritual self and all this other stuff. And I'm not trying to brag, because I'm talking about why that is a tragedy for me and why that's unique and relatable all the same. I'm talking about that. I'm not trying to brag. It will sound like I'm bragging. That's partially a communication issue too, but this is my story. This is how I'm explaining it. So it's like, for me, it is a lot of emotional and spiritual struggles. It's like emotional and physical, no, mental and physical. Don't even get me started, because physical, you already know how that's going. Like I could do way better with my body, honestly, but even then, it's still really good. And mental, one word: insight. Then there you go. It's and not even insight. It's everything, but it just, so like I'm just making a blunt perspective that mentally and physically I couldn't even be more blessed than that. But emotionally and spiritually, I'm getting really anxious and somber. But it's just, spiritually, I know I'm getting manifestations, but even those are hard to understand. So emotionally, you can already understand to an extent. Some of you guys can already understand to an extent that I'm actually like having to handle the idea that even whether I had emotions or not, because I talked about all about that controversy in other videos. Oh, being open and honest, it doesn't have to be controversial. Yeah, shut the fuck up. No, sorry, there goes my monetization. But I was like, if I'm not even on the YouTube partnership program yet, but they put ads on my videos, even if I'm not. If I'm over 1,000 subs, and I still, if I have the requirements, I still do the partnership, but not a short film. But I never digress. But it's not. Oh, notice I'm not even straight anymore. But I'm getting the hang of that, even if I don't do it on purpose anymore. I started to not force myself to do street posture anymore. But oh no, the first lag spike. Oh my god. Thank you for bringing it back. Now it's gonna be 3 minutes again instead of 12. This is 12 minutes, by the way. If this is in the live stream, this is 12 minutes. So, anyways, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. I might end the stream for soon if that's gonna be doing that. But otherwise, if anyone shows up, I'll talk to you guys for a while. But here's the thing: I'm still doing claymations. I have to talk about Nofap at least until I recover, and then maybe I'll do more videos long after I recover. And then I still think I'm going to compromise on the sex part of things. 270 days plus into the semen retention thing, because I know that between all I have a big philosophical controversial gambit with wisdom and experiences, and that's a big story about that. Big story, long story. It's actually more controversial and complicated than I make it look. That's me bragging about it again. But I even if I were to do semen retention for as long as possible, so until marriage, virginity until marriage, for my life, whatever, monk mode. Even if I were to do that for 5-10 years plus, I still think that most of a year wouldn't be about whatever, or spirituality, or higher self, creative energy, higher vibrations, the all-time high. So, and I don't digress from that. I know that there's truth to that. I really do, even more than that actually. But it's like a life spec, by the way. And it's just, I salute you guys. I really do. Akwi Thompson, Akemi, and Nil Finney, and some of the other guys. There's actually another video that are pretty cool. He made a video one time. Then some of the forerunners, Jordan Green, Ice Cold JT. Holy crap, they're doing pretty well with that. And they even I sent one of my friends Take Adventure. He talks about PMO to an extent. And Zeus might know about it, or from Bazfuzz. I asked Hamster Von Maxwell about it, and he didn't really have to relate too much to it, but he understood, and he still thinks I'm fascinating. And then who else was I thinking was do with? It was Hamza. Well, that's what Zeus talked about. Hamza was still on that community thing, so which he also as well. Zeus has also talked about D'Angelo Wallace and then Nick O'Brien. So there's me going off the tangent on there. But that's not this stream had to be fine. It's okay if it was this recording on the live. If it's shorter than that, I'm sorry, because the life aspects are real. Sorry, I hate using that quote, but it's just, we're gonna read through this book real quick, and we already went through much of the review, so I fucked around with a lot. Monetization again. Sorry, foul mouth. I went through a lot of this book, first chapter review, prologue thing, and I messed around with my insight, so I ended up just talking about a lot of stuff I didn't even mean. And I was like, okay, that's just insight, but it's insight, but at the same time, you're not even learning anymore, but you're learning yourself. So, okay. But anyways, let's get right into it. Unit 1. Oh, this is the Start with English 4, an old American book. Dr. D.H. Ho. Not that kind of ho. Sorry, Nofap community. Unit 1, mine, yours, his, hers, ours, theirs. I'm not going to slow down. I'm not going to try to be so I'm not, even if that's helping me learn to be a better person. But we'll read this. Read. This is my kite. It is mine. Yes, it is your kite. It is yours. This is my purse. It is mine. This is your, yes, it is your purse. It is yours. These are my scissors. They are mine. Yes, those are yours. These are mine. Oh, sorry, huh? Are these my clothes? Yes, those are yours. These are mine. So far, so good. Pull a minute out there. Let's do some fast work. Read. This is Betty. A purse, a drawing, an envelope, and a ring. These are Betty's things. They are hers. This is Peter. A kite, a ball, a boat. Now I'm trying to put effort, if you can see right now. A map. These are Peter's things. They are his. I feel bad for podcast citation because they have to slow down the words too for better speech comprehension, but that's wasting time with their scheduling and their budget. Oh my god, I wonder how they handle that with episodes, like longer episodes for the same stuff. But no, it's okay. And compared to Code Lyoko going ham on the dialogue speed and other things like, oh, you're going too slow, Halo. You're not gonna catch your audience. You're doing the text too slow, even though it's a lot of things. So I'll start about feature request features thing, whatever. Compared to having too much fast speeds, even for me, that was fast speeds. But long story without that. Long story with that. But finishing sentences about Betty and Peter. The purse is hers. The ball is his. The drawing is. The map is. The I have to finish these. Okay, sorry. Hold on. Finish these sentences about Betty and Peter. Okay. The purse is hers. The ball is his. Let me think. Okay. Oh, comparing is Betty's, so it's hers. The map is Peter's, so it's his. The envelope is Betty, so it's Betty, so it's hers. The kite is Peter's, so it's his. The ring is Betty, so it's Betty, so it's hers. The boat is Peter's, so it's hers. His. They are Betty's or hers, they're Betty's or his. Okay. Read on 4. The books on our desks are ours. They are ours. The books on your desks are yours. They are yours. The books on their desks are theirs. They are theirs. Okay. So even if that's not true. A round of practice. My shirt is dirty, but yours is clean. My ball is yellow, but yours is green. My face is happy, but yours is sad. My marks are good, but yours are bad. Put in mine, yours, hers, his, ours, theirs. This is my pencil. It is mine. This is your pencil. It is yours. These are our rulers. They are ours. Those are his shoes. They are his. Those are her shoes. They are hers. This is our playground. It is ours. That is the girls' playground. It is theirs. That is the boys' playground. It is theirs. Okay. That should be right. I mean, I can be a flunk on GH, but yeah. You have to be too. I was gonna end the stream at that point, but I got not around at 20 for that. Maybe 23 minutes. We'll do 23 minutes if it's short stream. I'm sorry, but yeah. And then do 23 minutes. We can stop on there. That's a good anti-icebreaker that goes for that. But last forewarning, guys. I think it's not that I'm going through a lot of shit right now. It's interesting. I'm paying a really interesting sacrifice here and burdens. It's like some people don't even think that's true, or even think remotely how that's even possible. Or even that's how it's relevant to the things I'm talking about in the meantime. Trivial or not, simple or complicated, hot dog sandwich and the end of the world. It's a big gambit of that. It's really weird. But Not like the end of the world would happen. Not there's other people's lives, but that's another story for itself. But I'd be able to. Where's Lilo and Stitch, the movie Stitch's entry to the council, to the alien council. Yeah, that should probably do this one. I'll speak out word by word. Word by word. It's only 2 minutes, guys. All Disney pictures. Okay, this is the scene I'm talking about. Galactic Federation headquarters, Planet Turo. Read the charges. Dr. Jumbo Tokiba, main inside the Galaxy Defense Systems, used for this console, appears via the illegal genetic mutation. No, I like the high pitch, like it helps with that. How do you plead? Not guilty. My experience are unethical. If you actually created something. Ha! So, cool. I'll stop now. I'll stop. But I like the scene a lot. I'm watching Lilo Stitch now. All right, that's all I gotta say. That was a good scene. Yeah, I just had to quickly watch that scene for Lilo Stitch. I think right now. And no, I was gonna get to the part where after he lands in Hawaii at in the Hawaiian Islands, that the other guy, other assistant talks about the human beings and how they always evolve even when they're extinct, and how they devolve and rebound, that kind of stuff. And it's a very interesting idea in just 2 seconds, like to explain that, or like 5 seconds or 7 seconds. I forget. He explains that a little bit in a demographic. It's like, oh, okay, interesting. I was looking for that instead, but the first 2 minutes is good too. I like that high pitched narration that I just did from a high pitched narration. I was actually in there from the copyright bombardment for that. But yeah, I accept you, Tony. Remember that there's nothing more beautiful than desperation. That there's nothing more devastating than pretending not to care.